Alright, hello, greetings and welcome in everyone. Hi. My name is Harrier Citadel, avian alien sentinel of Fort Misthaven, perpetrator of creative chaos and general maker of things. Welcome in. We are here. We have survived Wednesday, I hope. And we are continuing once again with working on Zany today. I have managed to achieve exactly none of the things that we listed in the to-do list at the end of yesterday's stream. I had some IRL prep work that I needed to do for stuff that's happening tomorrow. And I have been dealing with a headache and general other madness. So it has been an interesting last hour leading up to stream, but the good news is that we have at least got a plan for what needs to happen next, and we are going to conquer things. We are going to conquer things all the same. So I have a little list on the side with Zany's commission so that I can actually go through all of the things that I need to go through. And with that, we will be able to achieve completion as need be. Sure. I think the first thing that we need to tackle is going to be, and I just need to make sure that this is not in the way. There we go. Is make sure that we are actually in the right place. Yes, like that. Is that good? That's good. Looks that way. Yes. And then what I want to do is I want to switch that on. There we go. Okay. So this is where we left off yesterday. We've got a couple of things, a couple of notes to look into for where we're going to be working next. I think what I'm going to start with doing is duplicating this folder. Grabbing both of them. Moving them up here. Grab one of them. And pull them this side. There we go. Now we go to our aft view and we go let's start by just identifying a couple of things here. Does this have anything in it? No, so that one goes away. Does this one have anything in it? No, okay, so that one goes away. Group. Back. Drop that at the bottom. Okay. Now hide you and hide you so that I can get my collection of colors that are appropriate, because the first thing that I want to do is actually set up our iris on the correct thing with the correct colors. So first things first, we're going to be replacing a bunch of this, because that's all old information. So these colors are all now wrong, I believe. Yes, these colors are now all wrong. So they all go away. Okay. Which colors are going to remain? That's going to be that red should be that red. Yes. So that one stays. We don't we're not going to keep that red, so that one goes away. That orange is going to be that, so we're going to replace that. That one goes away. That yellow is going to go there, so that goes away. Then we're going to have 2 greens, so we're going to have our loud green. Replace you. And add you. There we go. That one goes away. Actually, both of these I think can go away because they're not going to be viable or useful or helpful in any way, shape or form. So those all go like such. Okay, then we're gonna have this darker blue, which we add, and the lighter blue, which we replace. Or no? Replace? Okay, it's the same thing. Cool. And actually we need to go here because there's another dark blue, which is you. Like such. And then we have basically 2 purples and a pink. So let's just check the hues on this. That's 276. And that is 278. So that one comes first. So that gets replaced with that. And that one goes in there. And then this one is even more red. So that comes afterwards. Pretty designs. Hello, Toaster. Welcome in. Yes, these are the magic symbols that are important for Zanie's world build madness. Alright, and then I will label those accordingly. So, this is going to be rename. Fire. Rename Earth. Magic, yeah. It's all systems chaos. That one is gravity. That one is water. Okay, then that one is going to be magic itself. That one is going to be lightning. And time and light. Okay. So that order is important because we are going to be replicating that onto iris color here. So in order of stuff happening, that goes away. We're going to need our airbrush, which can be smaller. It can be smaller still. 'Cause yikes. Oh no, that was the wrong color. That was the wrong color. It's a little bit muddy, but it's fine. Then we need... It's a little bit very muddy. Oh my. I'll protect you, said the man to his crush who was beating a rude person to a pulp. Oh dear. Rude person had it coming. Probably. Probably? Having a bodyguard become your wrangler because of violent tendencies is a trope not used enough. Oh my. I feel like you might be onto something there. Actually, no. Undo. Empty that. Let's go put this on. And then rasterize so that it's all part of the same thing. Fill. And clip down. There we go. I must protect this delicate flower. Sir, that flower has thorns and neurotoxin. Yeah, that's a fair. It would help if I did not have this opacity locked. There we go. Filter. Let's try that again. Let's try that again. Again. That's a very muddy set of colors, but... I will find out if we really want... I'll find out from Zane if we really want to go with that, because that's a little bit... It's a little bit... It's a little bit irk. The crushed delicate flower isn't even short-tempered. Short, yes, but just extremely adept at combat. Yeah, like, when... I think it's funny when a bodyguard character has to protect someone who is infinitely stronger than them. But it's just like... I know you can handle this, but I need to validate my job. At least let me pretend to be helpful. I need to validate my job and protect everyone else from you! Yeah, you know what? That's fair. There are some cases where I can imagine that being a very, very funny character dynamic. Okay. Cool, we're getting places. I will need to check with Zany if he is really sure that he wants to have that eye color set, because that is a little bit... It's a little bit, much. Like, I'm gonna make a version 2. Keep what we've got going here, but I'm gonna make a version 2. Just to for the sake of having alternatives. Help, I'm in danger. From what? From being arrested for beating this thief to death. Oh dear. Yes, well, don't beat the thief to death. That would be bad. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to actually put a symmetry ruler down here, which is going to exist only for these, so I'm gonna drop that like so. This exists only in here. Fill like such. Okay. Now, this being the color of magic, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna basically use this as a foundation and do wild stuff around that, I guess. Let's see. Something like this, maybe, for a start. It's feeling really way too saturated. Hold up. Short yet powerful character with a bodyguard. I need to find the game or campaign that has that. I feel like there ought to be at least one action manhwa that has that sort of a premise. Oh, that's why things were broken. It was because of that thing. That must go away. No wonder it was looking weird. Okay, no wonder it was looking weird. I'm gonna make a temp swatch. Let's do this. Krazik, hello, hello, welcome in. YouTube is being mean with my messages. YouTube has been mean with a couple of people's messages lately. Okay, let's try this again. And if we're lucky, it won't look stupid this time. There we go, that's better. Let's see. Something like that. Grab you again. Okay. So it is a foundational color that sort of approximates. Okay, this is too dark. This needs to be lighter. The only thing is what weapon with the delicate flowers in combat? It depends. There's so many options, really. There's so many options. Like, it all depends on how much gap you want in the scenario, really. Secretly uses a mace. That would definitely... A mace or a flail would definitely draw attention, yeah. A flail is devious? Yes. What about a morning star? Technically a morning star is another variation on a mace, I guess. So it's just a very specific shape. A slightly more specific shape. No. Did all of that on the wrong layer. Be gone with you. Over here. Grab you. Zany, hello, welcome in. I am just quickly doing an alternative option for an iris because I had attempted the one as per previous description and I'm a little concerned about it being a bit messy, so I'm looking at some alternative options to see what we can come up with that's not quite... Toaster, I think we can settle that topic, please. After Zany, please don't ask the next person who comes in what their opinion on the trope is. Please and thank you. If a person wants to engage in that conversation, and think about it to their own okay. Because we do want to actually keep the stream topic on the topic of the stream, please. Not to say that conversational topics are not allowed, but just want to have some I'm losing words now. Bleh. Gotcha. Okay. Don't want to flog conversational dead horses, as it were. Once the topic has been exhausted. Did you look in between the cushions? I have not been on the couch in a long time, okay? It would be difficult to lose the words there. Okay, so, then perhaps we can pull in a little bit of some of the other colors around the edge, but like in super, super tiny wedges. Nope, that looks gross. Okay, maybe not all of the colors because that's just too much. Let's see. Just something. Roughly. Might do some more cleanups because the alternative looks like that, and I'm feeling like that might be a bit very, very muddy. Because that's the colors as they are arranged in the tattoo on the back, as discussed yesterday. Perhaps just 3 colors and 3 sections with a little overlap between them. Okay. We can do a take 3. By all means, we can do a take 3. Hide you. Hide you. Okay, let's go with starting with the color of magic. Boom. Also, don't forget to save. That is indeed a good idea. Okay, also, just heads up, guys. Today's stream is going to be short. Because I actually have an appointment relatively early tomorrow. That's going to be a long appointment. It's going to be one of those get to a place and wait type of setups to some degree. So The stream is not tall enough for the ride. Oh dear. Yeah, so I am gonna need to in stream a little earlier than usual today. Okay, so let's think about this again. This is a magical projection on a prosthetic eye. Let's just clarify that and think for a moment. Okay, how would this magical projection work? Let's start by adding a little bit of blue over here. There's considerable lag between what I see and right now, by the way. Lots of buffering. Might want to try and refresh your browser or hit ×2 speed in case you might have accidentally gone into back in time mode. Sometimes I know that happens sometimes. What I see and what I say. Yeah. Sometimes that's something that does happen. Actually, let's start with this. It's a little intense. And the reason why it's so intense is because the exterior is too bright on that projection. So let's start there and work brighter. Ooh. What if we do this? I'm getting galaxy vibes. I'm getting galaxy vibes. I was thinking of dividing the iris like cake slices. I do want to see your galaxy vibes as well. Yeah, I think something like this sort of almost wants to have like a pseudo mechanical iris vibe as well, just a little bit. Make it feel a little bit more out there, I guess. Because if you do something sort of more galaxy-ish, it does have some really nice options for potential visual storytelling ideas, maybe, as well. Because the cake slices idea, I feel like these colors are just too saturated to blend into one another nicely in their order of appearance. Like, I've currently got them in our swatch panel in a very orderly fashion, but it's out of order for how they're arranged on the tattoo. Because the major issue there is also going to be how hard do we want the edges to be. But okay, let's try the slices and see what we come up with. I've made a duplicate, so it's safe. Start there again. Now I'm at my PC, should be more stable than the Wi-Fi. Okay, awesome, awesome, awesome. Welcome back. That should be that one. Then that will be somewhat like that. And that'll be somewhat like that. Something like that. This pink and this orange do not look good next to each other. That's so muddy. Yeah, I feel like this is just too many colors in a suboptimal scenario. It looks less magical and more indecisive, I feel. I don't know how I would get this to look like something. Yeah, it feels very indecisive. To clarify, 3 large sections of the primary colors of light divided by 3 smaller sections of layered colored. Okay, so try that again. Oh. Not using the back of the template at all? Okay. Okay. Actually, hold up. Let's see. Can I do this on a circular? That is radial. So if I do that, it's gonna do like so. Which is definitely not it. That is so not the vibe. Okay, so... something like that-ish. General flat RGB iris. Let's see, we could just add some sort of depth dynamic to this. Let's try linear burn, and let's try that with that color. Okay. I will erase from the inside out because that's easier to get right. That at least gives it a little bit more of a defined edge. Looks much better than before. Yeah, I think that is definitely an improvement over version 1. Definitely an improvement over version 1. It would sort of explain the RGB motif that's literally everywhere else on the outfit, I suppose, if it actually has a tie-in to the optics. Mei Xing, hello, hello, welcome in. Good to see you. How goes? I never set my hydrate timers, guys. Let's all acquire our nearest safe consumption beverages and take a sip, shall we? I never set my hydrate timer today. Going to just chill after a busy day? Fair, fair. I hope you get some good rest in. Sip, sip, indeed. I have a double strength coffee because I'm still nursing a headache that I know is 100% because I never had enough coffee today. Yep. I'm not actually going to bother with the hydrate timers today. I'm just going to go on vibes. I'm just going to go on vibes. I don't actually have the guts to hear the bell go off. Today, I don't have that energy. Actually, this coffee is going to go away very fast. Yeah. Zany, how are we feeling about this? Are we gonna go with the RGB iris then in this sort of a format for our prosthetic? As opposed to the Galaxy. Because those are our two best options. Version 1 and version 2, I feel, are kind of gross. Yeah, that one is a no. That one is very much a nope. Goodbye. And this one, I feel, is kind of just weak as well, so also goodbye. I think we will. Okay, so RGB it is. Am I understanding correctly? As fun as the galaxy is, I don't think it fits Zany. Okay, fair. Totally fair. It goes then. That gets hidden because we don't need it anymore. And we go duplicate. Collapse that one. Go into our base. And find where I've got my irises. Over here. Okay. Merge selected. Gas. Ruler, go away. Yes, I want to delete the rulers in there. Clip. And scale down. This is looking really trippy for the moment, but it's fine. We're in process. Eek. There we go. How are we feeling about that? Does that vibe? Yes, it does. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Now I'm just going to make a quick correction over here because this is looking very much as if we presently are suffering a stroke, and that is not working for me. So just get that iris, that pupil a little bit bigger, not quite so much. Just so that those two look in balance. On the ref. There we go. Save button in order. There we go. That has been one victory. One victory off of the checklist for today. Yay! Prosthetic eye comes out of the notes. Because that part is now done. Okay. Then we need to do the pouches and the boots. Those are the next low-hanging fruit, is the pouches and the boots. Okay, so collapse the base, hide those two because they're just going to get in the way for now. Side view, I'm just going to hide the sketch. This is tactical sketch, and that is our opacity thing that I'm gonna get rid of because we don't need that anymore. Let's add another one of those. We'll call this mini pouch. Empty it. There we go. Now, we were going to go for a grey that was slightly lighter. And I feel like we can also go slightly redder and slightly more saturated. Just that it doesn't feel like dead grey. Hide the jacket. We're going to work over here first. And what I think we're going to do with this one is we're going to let that go over the top of it. So that we get the sense that this that the main belt is actually threaded through a slot in this thing. And then we have the actual pouch pocket on top. Like so. And the cover flap. This might actually still be a bit too saturated now that I'm looking at it. It feels more brown than grey, even though practically it's still pretty grey. So then we go grab those three, edit, tonal correction, saturation down. That's all the way, but that's good. That still reads as grey. 8%, that's reasonable. Okay, and value check. Yeah, still good, I think. Let's make this a point. And then over here we're gonna go and grab, where's our silver? There. Put one of those down. Okay. Right. Then the same needs to happen on the other side. There we go, something like that. Getting places. Still need to decide then exactly how broad that's gonna be. That's forward set. Thinking. Gonna handle it like this. Something like that. That'll do. Something like so. Nope. Okay. So that's pouches. Save. I'm gonna need to do the opposite side view on the side view as well. Ugh, okay. I'll get there. I'll get there eventually. Pouches. Check. Yeah, I'm gonna need to still populate the entire side view. I'll get there. Then the next thing was gonna be the soles. Now this I'm gonna start on the side view because otherwise, ugh. Booch. Soles. And that's going to be in our usual black. Okay, now I'm going to just trim this to height because otherwise it's just going to be a pain to deal with. Which means grab like so, cool. Okay, then here what I want to do is grab real black and this and define some seams and stitch lines. we go. Now on the front view, I just want to see, what did I do with communicating anything? Have I done so yet? No, I have not. Okay, I do still want to just trim this down because it does not make sense for that to go up the way that it does presently. Okay, that works. Let me see. My brain feels like it's full of fire ants right now. Okay, save button. You know what the issue is? That this is burning my eyes. This is burning my eyes. Let's just dull this down. Ooh, yeah, that's a bit more comfy. That's a little bit more comfy to look at. Ow, no wonder it was hurting. Okay. Let me think. I don't know how I really want to detail the rest of that yet. Take soul shape out because we've now got that set. So now it's literally just converting this slot onto the side views, flipping side views, and handling the greaves and seams on things, and getting the jacket across to the side views as well. Okay, it's not hard work, it's just long work. Zania, how are we feeling about things so far? One thing I do want to avoid this time around is the rainbows on the boots and legs themselves, keeping it only to the coat and shirt. Okay, no, that I can 100% agree with. Yeah, it makes sense for it to be on the coat. Even the shirt actually doesn't have any rainbows on it. The shirt is just plain monochrome. Feel very good about it so far? Yay! Woohoo! Awesome. That's good news. Yeah, presently the shirt is just the black and white. There's no colors on the shirt. So all of the rainbows is on the jacket. Oh, I need to copy sleeves across to back view. Let me just write that down. Copy jacket sleeves to back view. Make that note because otherwise I'm going to accidentally skip that. That would be bad. But yeah. Sorry guys, I think I'm actually going to call it a little bit early today. Like, really early, because I'm actually significantly fighting this headache now, and I do not think that I'm going to be worth spit if I continue at present. I feel like I'm going to start making bad decisions and not giving my best work. So I will rather pick this up after getting through what I need to get through tomorrow again, in the morning. And we'll probably cancel out on Final Fantasy XIV tomorrow and instead continue working on this, probably. And just try and push through. Because at the moment, I cannot. I cannot. Right this very second. Everything hurts. Rest well, have a fun day with the appointment. Thank you. Yeah, it's getting that once in 6 months hair treatment that is necessary for before the wedding, for my brother's wedding, so it's gonna be a long day getting chemical straightening happening. So I'm gonna take the laptop along and try and put some Misthaven writing in while I've got nothing better to do while chemicals burn my scalp. But yeah, no, it's gonna be fine. It's only gonna be about 45 minutes, I guess, of actual twiddling of thumbs and waiting, but I'm gonna take the laptop along and do what I can with that. I have installed another iteration of Artisy on the laptop now so that I can work on that with Project Misthaven. So I'll put in some more Misthaven writing time. Finish up that sponsored writing time that Alex was kind enough to provide for us. Get that last 20 minutes in. See if I can panel beat some more plot points into order in a way that makes sense. But alright, we've got a plan. We've got a plan. And now it just needs implementation. But yeah, I shall see you all tomorrow. We'll see. It depends on how tightly I can keep my brain screwed on correctly, if I will in fact keep working on this on tomorrow's stream, or if I'm going to take a moment and actually do something different to just feel like I'm doing something different. Because familiarity blindness is also a thing that I need to avoid. So, but we've made really, really good progress. I'm happy. In terms of where we were this time last week versus where we are now, it's miles apart. So I'm feeling like we're finally getting someplace. That's good. But yes, okay. I'm gonna love and leave you guys. Before I completely fall off the bus. Yeah. Some days just be like that, you know? Where brain chemistry starts doing the wacky a little bit. But yes. Anything else? I think... Yeah. It looks like if I can get all of these details, which I'm going to continue sitting within the members VC on Friday, for sure on Friday, and probably over the weekend as well, working on finishing up the design work part of this lot, then I will be able to do the second copy of the reference sheet with its alterations for the alternative outfit setup. Then we will be good. Yeah. And just confirm which details are going to be what on that lot. But yeah, I think we're getting places. I should be able to deliver before our currently registered due date. I should be able to. So, yay. But yes, I am hoping that I've got everything in order. Let me just check what my other immediate concerns are. I was also supposed to put in some Misthaven hours for Tawny before the 29th. So some Misthaven illustration hours. That was how many hours? 4 of them. Okay. And I'll need to figure out what I can do with those characters that were selected, because I have not got anything in the immediate queue that I can necessarily put on. Unless I'm looking at tightening up Carrot's civilian outfit better. And finishing up that reference sheet. Maybe that's what I should do. Yeah, maybe that's what I should do for Tawny's hours that have been sponsored. But okay, I will deal with that when I've got more brain power. Good night, everyone. Rest well. I will see you all tomorrow, whether we are continuing on the grind or taking a little bit of a breather. We will see when we get there. But until then, thank you guys. Once again, big thank you to Zany and Bread for being our paladins in the channel membership, who are making it possible to put more Misthaven hours in on the regular. Currently channel memberships are being hosted through Fourth Wall because I do not yet qualify for YouTube subscriptions or YouTube memberships. We are working towards that, so if you are enjoying what you see and you have not perchance hit the subscribe button yet, I please encourage you to do so, because it is going to help me significantly. And also to our chronic lurkers and our VOD watchers, thank you so much for your support as well. You are definitely seen, you are definitely appreciated, and I really, really, really am grateful for you choosing to spend time with this chaotic little forgetful burb who's doing her best. So, yes, we will do what we can to get the last little things in order that we need for Zany's outfit and character design and reference sheet in the next few days, and then I'm going to put in that time on some more Misthaven things. Yay! Alright, good night, rest well, and until next time everyone, cheery bye.